Hey, welcome in. It's a brand new edition of the RSL Show. I'm Alex Napoles. That's Josh Clark. And we're here to bring you the latest with Real Salt Lake. 7 straight now winless in MLS play, Josh.
Sounds right.
And on top of that, a really disappointing, really almost embarrassing elimination from Leagues Cup to go on top of that as well. It is not a good time to be an RSL fan right now.
Yeah, I love how you didn't say bringing you the latest and greatest, because there is no greatest.
There is no greatest. Typically, I try to think of something for the greatest. Try to, put some sort of positive spin on it. But I mean, there's no sugarcoating it today. It has been really, really poor from Real Salt Lake.
Yeah,
and I think that second half is just a culmination of just how poor it's been.
Yeah, this won't be a positive episode. Because we stink.
Yeah, so sit back, relax, grab the popcorn, enjoy your work while we rant about Real Salt Lake for the next, 20, 40 minutes or so.
Can we just say we stink and cut off the recording right here?
Hey, that's it. We're done. Everyone have a great day.
My Lord.
Thanks for joining us. All right. Let's start with let's start with a little bit of what happened over the weekend with Orlando. You knew the rotations were coming. You knew that there was going to be massive changes in the lineup, considering what was happening, on Tuesday. Real Salt Lake, a big match coming up with Club Leon, wanting to be ready for that. And so
clearly ready.
So he gets some massive rotations coming in for Real Salt Lake. Mason Stidehar makes his debut. Kobe Henry gets his first MLS start. You see Luka Moisa back into the starting 11 for the first time since the early goings of the season. Herzog Kani back into the 11 as well. A lot of young guys getting an opportunity, and you know what? For the first 20 or so minutes, Josh, I thought it was pretty good.
I think some of the guys that rotated in, I know I said this wouldn't be positive, but of course there's some positive, right? I think Kobe Henry looked good. Moisa looked good. Stidehar looked fine, right? Looked like a backup goalkeeper. Nothing real glaring there. So there was some positive in the first 20 minutes. Looked good. But yeah, then just the wheels fell off as per usual.
Yes. It's the inability to hold on to a lead. It's the inability to stay in front, keep the foot on the gas, whatever the case is. Plus, also Orlando making some really important halftime substitutions. They start bringing in some of their starters. They start bringing in some of their dangerous guys. And then the wheels fall off for Real Salt Lake in the second half. Good to see Dominic get on the score sheet. Good to see Dominic find the back of the net. I thought great assist too from Sam Junka. And I really liked what we saw from Real Salt Lake for the most part again. In that first half against Orlando, a lot of younger guys recognizing that there might be some opportunities for them to step up, might be some opportunities for them to maybe put their stamp onto a starting 11 spot. And I thought a lot of guys were up to the test.
I agree.
There were some guys who were clearly not up to the test, though.
Yeah, who would that be, Alex?
Victor Latunji, again, complete non-factor.
Oh, I hate that he's been so bad. I want him to work out so badly, but I think it's becoming apparent that it's not going to work out at this point.
Yes. Yep. And as great as, draft picks have been for Real Salt Lake, as great as Sergio Solans has been for Real Salt Lake, there's another draft pick now who's getting an opportunity that I have been, pretty disappointed about. And that's Lineker Rodriguez.
Yeah. I was happy with, the one game he scored a goal in.
Sure.
League Cup,
but
right?
Outside
of that, he's been a complete non-factor.
No, and when he's on the field, there's a disconnect too between the attack and the midfield.
100%.
He has a really, really bad tendency of disappearing in games.
That's all he's done. Outside of that goal, he really hasn't brought anything to this team.
Yeah.
I would be fine not seeing him on the field for a while.
Again, opportunities have been there for him to play consistent minutes. Opportunities have been there for plenty of appearances, plenty of opportunities for him to try to put his stamp onto the starting 11. But, he got the goal against Juarez. That's the one that you're talking about, Josh. And then outside of that, he 60 minutes against Minnesota, where I thought he was relatively ineffective. Mm-hmm. 11 minutes against Dallas, where, what can you really do in 11 minutes? Yeah. But then again, that game against Orlando, where ineffective.
Yeah, not non-factor.
which again, he just barely signed right after spending a large chunk and a large majority of this season with the Monarchs. Now he's on an MLS contract. Now he's making his move up. We'll see what happens with time, but right now, not one of the younger guys performing.
Yeah, not one you want to see in the starting 11. Or come off the bench, to be honest.
In the second half, again, Orlando makes some the substitutions. I thought, in that first half they did a really great job of not allowing Anton Griezmann to get going, but then in the second half, Griezmann scores twice, and Real Salt Lake lose on the road, and it's the winless streak continues for Real Salt Lake.
Yep, we're on the sled going downhill, buddy. We're going down it quickly.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's Orlando.
The scene in Christmas Vacation where he gets on the sled and it's like, yeah, yes. that's RSL right now.
Yeah. It felt like with the rotations, it felt like with the changes that Pablo made right heading into that game against Orlando, knowing how much soccer, how much miles are on some of the guys' legs, knowing how much Real Salt Lake have played in the last month or so. It kind of felt like, hey, we're okay with taking a loss here in Orlando and just getting ready for Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the signal we got, right?
Right.
But then when you come out on Tuesday and look like you did, what was the point? You know what I
mean? So against Leon, you come out with what is expected to be right, your stronger starting 11. You're putting all the eggs into the Leagues Cup basket, which is fun. For as much criticism as I give Leagues Cup, and for as much as I dislike the Leagues Cup, ultimately it is a path to Champions Cup soccer. Ultimately,
very
it is a
quick
path to
path,
a trophy.
very quick path,
and a very quick path. And if you're on that path, if you're right in the quarterfinals, if you're amongst the best 4 teams of the 18 MLS teams that make it into the next round, by all means, go for it. Right? By all means, take the opportunity, take the chance. And so that's what Real Salt Lake kind of did, right? You rotate your entire starting 11 out from a game in Orlando, and then you look forward to this game on Tuesday, where your again supposed strong 11 is back out onto the field, and I think it's in a little bit a tale of two halves. I know Real Salt Lake were down 1-0 going into the halftime break. But there's 2-3 clear chances for Sergio Solans to try to get onto the end of a ball and put it in the back of the net for an equalizer.
Yep. I'm just going to say, yep. We weren't lacking chances.
No. Real Salt Lake were doing, fine creating. On that goal too, though, the one that's conceded the opening goal from Leon, just way too much space.
That's been the story since the World Cup, even since before the World Cup, man.
Yes, way too much space for him to play in. Leon kind of, I don't know why Real Salt Lake played so stretched out in this game. And what I mean by that is there was multiple times where Leon would, put up a 30-yard pass and they would find its mark. There was nobody there to step up. There was nobody there to close down space. They were just having way too much space to do whatever they want.
Yeah, and just bullied us in every position. How many headers do you think we won in that game?
Oh, I don't have the stat in front of me. But
offensively and defensively, right? Like,
I don't imagine it'd be very much.
It would probably 90-10%. We were just physically dominated by Leon.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Aerial duels won. Leon 67%, Real Salt Lake 33%.
I gave them too much credit, but that's still a huge disparity.
As far as ground duels go, Leon 67%, Real Salt Lake 33%.
Bullied, Alex.
And then successful dribbles 10% for Real Salt Lake.
Bullied, Alex.
85% for Leon.
Bullied. In every phase of the game, we were bullied.
Which again is wild because you go back and you look at the stats at halftime and there wasn't a large disparity. It was Real Salt Lake, despite being down a goal, we're still very much in this game at halftime.
Come out from halftime
and we're still playing. We're playing fine coming out of halftime. or going into halftime, I guess. But then the wheels just fall off in the second half.
I don't get it, man. I do not understand this team. I don't understand why we're still playing 3 in the back, right? We clearly do not have the personnel for that. I don't understand how we're bullied like that. I just don't understand.
How many times have we seen the back line of DeAndre Edlin, Philip Quinton, and Lucas Engel this season?
Far too many. Far too many.
I probably should have done some research before this. That's on me.
I mean, same, but I also like...
But it seems like every time we have a back line of DeAndre Edlin, Quinton in the middle, and Lucas Engel, typically it does not seem to end well.
Quinton in the middle is the key to that point.
I would say Quinton in the middle, and then, of course, having Saba lining up.
No, that hasn't worked when he's come on as a sub. It didn't work against Leon. What he brings offensively is fantastic. Defensively, that is not his strength, right? I know we don't have a right wing back, but this is feeling like when Brooks Lennon was first shoved into the right wing back position and we were just getting crushed, right? Like, let's not have a right wing back. Let's just play a back 4 and be safe at this point. We're bleeding goals, bleeding them.
Good on Leon, recognizing, man, and scouting. They went at DeAndre Edlin, and DeAndre Edlin looked tired, looked gassed.
He almost got himself a red card.
Almost got himself sent off. And knowing that maybe a guy who isn't necessarily the best defender, knowing a guy who maybe isn't playing in his best position at Saba, right wing back, and they did a good job attacking that channel, man. They did a good job going right at DeAndre Edlin and then going right at Saba. And of course, it doesn't help when Philip Quinton, who has become a defensive liability since coming back from the World Cup, is the guy covering. It's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Like, you could tell that they were basically targeting the entire back line, but they were also targeting Philip Quinton, especially in the air.
Yes. Again, great scout.
They knew exactly what they were doing. We're going to attack. We're going to attack the right channel or the left for them. We're going to put a ball either over the top of Philip Quinton or right to his head, and we're going to win it. And guess what they did?
Yep. Every time. Every time. And again, this goes back to the conversation we had last week, man. It doesn't seem right now that you have the personnel to be playing the right wing back spots.
No, you just
and the 3 center back look.
You got to switch it up until you get bodies in there.
With the injuries piling up, with players playing 2 games per week, with the amount of fixtures, the fatigue, and everything, it just seems like right now you don't have the right personnel to be successful in that.
And the team is also dejected, right? I think they realize this. At one point they panned the camera to Diego Luna on the bench, and he was having a meltdown
multiple times.
Having a freaking meltdown.
Yeah,
players aren't feeling it. They're not being played in the right way. It doesn't work. You're not going to get any kind of positive change if you keep running the same thing. Kobe Henry had a great game against Orlando City. He looked good when he came on against Leon. Why is he not getting an opportunity, right? Luka Moista has had a good game every time he's had an appearance. Why is he not at least on the bench?
You could say the same thing about Ruiz as far as starting.
You could.
Game.
Spearings and Caliscan have been atrocious together.
Yes.
Absolutely atrocious. They're getting bullied. They're getting spread too far apart. The midfield is a non-factor for us, right? They're a liability.
And again, going back to the spacing, going back to how much time and space Leon had on the ball in that first half, a lot of it too came down to Spearings and Caliscan not closing down that space, not closing down. And in that sense, right, you're exposing Quinton, you're exposing DeAndre Edlin, you're exposing Lucas Engel, right? You don't have the cover necessary in the midfield to stop Leon in those opportunities. Which again, you go back and you watch the replay of that opening goal, and there's so many things to pick apart. There's so many things to to highlight of that goal. But the things, of course, that stick out to me is Steinsberg's not closing down space. Right. It's Noah Caliscan not tracking back. It's Lucas Engel overcompensating, right, for how much space was allowed to Leon, and overcommitting to the player, overcommitting to the ball. And that opened up more space behind him. They play that ball right into that space. So then who has to come over? Philip Quinton has to come over and cover. And now there's nobody in the box defending.
And, to the point of overcommitting, none of these center backs have the pace to recover once overcommitted.
No.
They don't have the pace to overcommit half the time. They're usually late getting to that challenge.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating to watch, Alex.
Yep. It is, again, it's the perfect mix for disaster. Yep. And that's exactly what happened against Leon. Yep. That is kind of how I break down the opening goal. The Andre Edlin doing his best to try to get back and deny the opportunity at the back post. A step behind. Probably should have slid in.
Yeah, he almost got it.
Probably should have slid in with his left rather than the right. Maybe could have at least gone a toe on it to hope for the luckiest of deflections, but just not enough from DeAndre Edlin. It ends up in the back of the net. It's 1-0. Again, Rouse have opportunities. They did again. I cannot stress this enough. Massive credit to
Leon played
and the scouting. Because the scouting again leads to Morgan Giavogi being completely man marked out of the game. The guy that they had on Morgan Giavogi was fantastic, because anytime Giavogi would get the ball, he essentially couldn't do what Giavogi does.
Right.
And that's credit to Leon defensively. A couple opportunities that Rouse did get, it seemed like they were a step off. Talk about the 2 or 3 that Sergi Solans had that could have been tap-ins, probably should have been tap-ins.
But he was just a step behind.
Yep.
Yeah. Or we were offside.
Or offsides, yep. And then you hit into the second half and just going straight to the corner. It is incredibly frustrating as a person watching this, to see the exact same play back to back, the same set piece back to back, the same opportunity back to back, and Rouse fails on both opportunities.
Yep.
They go right at Philip Quinton, who again is a non-factor in aerial opportunities. They put a ball right at Philip Quinton. Saba loses his mark. Quinton can't clear it away. Can't header it away. Can't get to it. And the first one, Cabral is forced to make a good save. Leads to that corner. The second one, the exact same set piece, right at Philip Quinton, and they put it in the back of the net.
It's been all season, man. Set pieces.
Yeah.
Can't score them, can't defend them.
No, but the defending on this one particularly
so bad.
Particularly irked me. Not that the other ones, didn't,
No, yeah, but it's.
But again, it's the same play. It's the same sequence. It's the same thing.
Right.
Back to back. And the amount of just the inability for Quinton to clear it away, the inability for Samba to stay on his mark, the inability for who was it? I can't remember who was behind Quinton, but just the inability for them to clear it away. Seeing that ball coming right at Philip Quinton, and again, Quinton being a non-factor in the air, and they capitalize on the opportunity.
Yeah. I think the fans, not just us, but everyone is going to start getting very loud at how annoyed they are with these results and these performances.
Yes.
I don't understand how this is the strongest team, and but these players are getting the same opportunities. They're clearly not the best, right? Yeah. They're clearly not performing. I don't know, Alex. I'm not happy. It's getting to where it's
But
like, again, right? I feel like we say this every year, but it's getting to where like watching a game is a chore and it's going to be bad for your mental health. Like I feel like I need to pour a drink anytime I turn on RSL.
oh man,
You know what I mean?
oh I get it. I get it. This is it's been a bad run of form for Real Salt Lake.
It's not entertaining.
And the unfortunate thing, and I think the thing that makes it not entertaining, the thing that makes it frustrating, is the fact that there are no answers.
No.
I don't think you look at the bench, and I don't think that there's really many answers defensively that I could look at and say, if so and so is in the game, you maybe have a better chance.
Yeah, I don't even know.
And that's not even a knock. That's not a knock to Arias. That's not a knock to Kobe Henry, because I thought, in the moments that you have seen those guys, they've been pretty good.
But then what happens when one of them gets hurt? Or just a setup, right? We don't have a right wing back. We don't have anyone protecting the center backs.
That's where I was going with that. It's a system issue. I don't think it's a player issue. Yeah, I don't know if Kobe Henry starts this game. I don't know if Arias starts this game. I don't know if you see a different result. Maybe not as much mistakes, and maybe not that third goal that we'll talk about right now. But it seems more so it's aside from it being a personnel issue where Justin Glad is unavailable, where your probably best defender on the roster hasn't played in since before the World Cup break. But it seems more so a systemic, a formation, a tactic issue more than anything.
I don't think Justin Glad fixes this problem either.
I don't think so either. Maybe you lose that game 1-0. Maybe again that third goal doesn't happen if Justin Glad's in there.
Third goal, bro.
But
this, I know you guys can't see it, but this from PQ as he's running back, like.
Yes,
it's worse than the throwing your hand up in the air, trying to say he was offside and giving up on the run.
Genuinely, I don't know what Philip Quinton's doing on that third goal.
I don't either. I know I'll tell you what I think he's doing is he's thinking that Cabral is getting that ball.
Wouldn't be the first time since the World Cup break,
right? But situational awareness there is terrible from him because that ball was nowhere near Cabral and was not moving towards him at any kind of pace.
No. Had very much shades of the Minnesota goal a little bit, but in that sense, it was Arias in the center. In this case, you have Philip Quinton in the center. So again, we're going hard on Philip Quinton because obviously he did not have a great night. No. But again, I don't think it's on Philip Quinton solely.
No, it's on the formation. It's on
Real Salt Lake.
It's on Engel. It's on Sparings. It's on Caliscan. It's on Saba.
Yes.
I mean, just disappointing all around.
Yeah. Yeah, the miscommunication there between between Cabral and Philip Quinton is inexcusable. Leon pounces on it, has to just pass it into an empty net, and makes it 3-0. The wheels have fallen off. There's Real Salt Lake at this point are just making substitutions to get guys on the field to, let them have their 10 minutes or whatever. But it's undusted. It's over. And the reaction online was very much what we're saying right now. The frustrations, the disappointment.
Sometimes I miss Twitter for these moments.
Oh man, Twitter was fun last night.
I'm just gonna get a burner.
You should.
No one knows it's me.
Just don't tell anybody. Just don't tell anybody too. So yeah, Real Salt Lake crashes out of Leagues Cup. They lose to Leon 3-0, and the opportunity at the CONCACAF Champions Cup berth slips out of their fingers. Now they head back to MLS play, where they haven't won a game in league play since before the World Cup break.
I don't see them beating Colorado.
You're on the road against Colorado.
That's a game you have to win to shut the fans up a little bit.
It absolutely is. This is probably the most rest Rouse Lake have gotten in between games in I don't know, a month. uh, but I don't see how you Rouse Lake solve their road woes in 4 days, right?
I don't either. I mean, unless you change up the formation and get players in better spots suited to their skills, and I don't know, get some positive transfer news, literally anything. I don't know.
I mean, at this point, you at least have to try the formation.
You have to. It is clearly not working.
Yes.
Clearly. Even if it means you tell Pablo Ruiz you're staying 10 yards in front of whoever's playing central center back. Right? So it's somewhat of a back four. That way you can maintain your attack. I don't know. I don't know what you do here. But so irritating, dude.
It also doesn't help. That the attack, is drying up a bit for Real Salt Lake.
That's what we've said is going to happen all year long, and it's
for as good as the attack was in the beginning of the season, it is not the same attack. And now you lose a major component of that in Xavier Gozo.
Yep, that hit's been way bigger than I thought it would have been.
Yep. And while Sergi's been a fun story, and while Sergi's great, Sergi can't do it alone.
Not every minute of every game.
Not every minute of every game. And obviously, the one-on-ones and the tap-ins are not his forte. Nope. So that obviously doesn't help him. But again, Leon did a good job marking away Morgan Giavogi. And there's Diego Luna needs to step it up, man.
Mm-hmm.
In the attack. Simple as that.
Yep. And our shopping list is just getting bigger and bigger as we go.
Yes.
Right. And the one rumor we're linked with, I don't think really changes all that much.
It's a name. I'll give him that.
It's a name, but I don't think it's not going to turn this team around.
No, absolutely not. It's not because of. I don't think it has anything to do with bringing in somebody who can play forward, who can probably get you a good amount of goals. The issues lie within the midfield. The issues lie within the center backs. Mm-hmm. The issues lie within the injuries. And I think while as great and fun as Gini Wijnaldum, Liverpool legend, would be in an RSL kit, I don't think that solves many issues for
no. It's a 35-year-old player, right? Like, be great to see him come in.
I mean, if you accompany him with somebody who can come in and get you some production, something out of that right wing back position, right, then maybe I feel a little bit better about it. But if you're one signing of the summer, I guess two, right, counting Saba. I guess if your two signings of the summer are Saba Lovenice and Gigi Wijnaldum,
it's an absolute failure of a summer.
I don't think that's a good summer window at all.
No, I'm fine with him coming in. I don't love that we're going for a 35-year-old player at the end of his career. It's just another Yedlin, right? Yep. Yeah. It doesn't solve the right wing back. I mean, yes, we need some coverage at central midfield. I'm not saying that's the issue. It's a short-term Band-Aid, right? And I guess that makes sense if you're hoping Emeka Nelly comes back here soon.
Well, not even, I mean, to kind of throw a wrench into all this too, like Wijnaldum hasn't been a box-to-box midfielder in a while.
No.
He's been a attacking midfielder. He's been, even being deployed at striker this last season in the Saudi League.
Right, and we need a defensive midfielder.
And you need a box-to-box. Yeah, you need a box-to-box. You need a defensive midfielder. And so, again, that doesn't solve any of your problems. maybe again he comes in, scores 6 goals right
Sure,
before the end
be
of the
fun.
season. Like, sure, that's fine.
But
That's
we're still
fun.
going to bleed goals going the other way. You know what I mean?
Right? It's not going to make a difference if you're conceding 3 goals a game.
Yeah.
Plus, now you look at the Stein Sparings, who ended up leaving that game last night with a ankle sprain. So that's just another player less that you have in that
Could
midfield.
be another couple weeks.
McAnally can't get here soon enough.
I'm not saying
Can't come back soon enough.
he's going to be in form when he comes back. I mean, question marks all over that too.
Right.
Really, yeah. I mean, sure, he can come in, well, GG, be some temporary cover in midfield, but it doesn't. We need to get a right wing back in if we're going to continue playing like this. I would love a center back. That's not going to happen, I don't think. Right, with Justin Glad, with Arias, maybe Kobe Henry, that can be the back three and they can do better. But we really need to start thinking about a backup striker.
I would agree.
Big way.
I would agree. And again, maybe that's somewhere that Wijnaldum can play. With how he was again deployed in the Saudi League last season, played a lot of striker. And so maybe that's an option that Rouse can utilize as a backup. But even then, I don't know if he's truly a backup striker.
We'll probably do it. We'll probably do it. I don't know, man.
Time's ticking. September 2nd.
It's ticking quickly, and he's the only
rumor. Not a lot
of
time left.
He's the only rumor.
Not a lot of time left.
If this was my FIFA team, which it's not, clearly, but there'd be a lot of guys gone.
Yes. And we'll get
and I'm honestly, at this point with some of these performances, I was more than happy to watch Moisa play. I'm more than happy to watch. I would rather watch a bunch of Monarchs come in, a bunch of youth, watch them lose but develop, than watch a bunch of these vets just stink it up.
Yeah. I just had a crazy deja vu.
Yeah, like every single year.
Oh man, I felt like this was last season.
We could probably just take episodes from the past, 10 seasons and copy paste.
You probably could.
Yeah, just change the names a bit.
You probably could. Ross eliminated from Leagues Cup. Something has to change. Something needs to change, because now you head back to MLS play. You haven't won a game in MLS play since before the World Cup break. You were in contention, fighting for second and third place, heading back from the World Cup break. You now find yourself in 8th place, barely hanging on to a spot above the playoff line. You're currently tied in points with Minnesota and Portland. Minnesota, who's in 10th. The only reason you're above them is because you have more wins. With 1, you're sitting there with 8 wins. Minnesota has 7. Plus, Rouselik has goal differential with +2.
So what you're telling me is we're going to get back into the same conversation of, I wish we would just miss the playoffs that we have every year instead of sneaking on in.
You're bordering on that line right now. With a loss this weekend and a win for Minnesota, Rouselik will find themselves out of a playoff spot.
Yeah, plenty of games to go. They could turn it around.
Plenty of games to go, but the schedule doesn't ease up anytime soon.
No.
And I think that's the biggest issue. Right? You're dealing with the injuries right now, and the hope is that you get some guys back. But you're on the road this weekend against Colorado, then you're back home against LAFC, and then you're on the road to Houston, who is in first place in the Western Conference.
Just juggernaut at the moment, which is weird.
Then you welcome in New York City FC, who are hit or miss, inconsistent, and maybe a cross-country trip for them. Rouselik could, maybe find something there, catch something there against New York City FC. But then after that, You take on Vancouver before you have a midweek against Seattle. So schedule does not ease up anytime soon for RSL.
There's no easy games in there.
No. And I think by the time you get to that midweek Seattle game and then the New England Revolution weekend game right after Seattle, I think you'll have a pretty good idea of where Osik will be at the end of it.
I think so too.
A lot of really important Western Conference games in that stretch.
So tell me, Alex, how long until you're Pablo out?
Oh, I'll answer your question with a question.
Okay. Because I have my answer.
Is this collapse worse than the 2023 collapse for RSL? Or 2024, excuse me. 2024 collapse.
We're going to give a little bit of a nod as because of the injuries. A little bit.
So you still think the Gozo and the Chicho downfall worse collapse than the one you're seeing right now?
Yeah. Currently, at this point.
Currently.
My issue is, well, okay, let me rephrase this. I'm currently not Pablo out, right? Because I am giving him the grace of the injuries and the schedule congestion, blah, blah, blah. But caveat to that, if we continue to see this 3-back line and him not adjusting the play style to the players, that will rapidly change.
I would have to agree.
Right. So
yes,
manage with what you have.
Right.
Find what's going to work and make it work. Stop trying to fit a round hole into a square peg or a square peg into a round hole, however the hell it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Right now, to me, the failure is on the front office. Not having someone ready to take Gozo's spot, right? And if that was supposed to be Saba, then that opens the door for more questions. Whatever made you think he could play defense, right? Anyway.
What about his tenure at Atlanta United, one of the worst defensive teams in Major League Soccer for the last 3 years?
It all makes sense.
Made you think that Sama Labanitse would come in and play defense? Right. Please answer that question, Kurt Schmidt.
Give me a serious answer. The analytics, I don't get. The eye test is what I'm taking right now over the analytics.
No.
So that's where I currently stand. Right?
Yeah.
They could turn it around and get us some positions of need filled. I don't think it's going to happen. There's not many days left. It's kind of on them. And, I get it. There's injuries and you can't just replace injured players all the time, but you can replace players that are covering for the injured players that aren't doing well. Yes. Fire off a trade, ship some guys out that aren't working. Do something. I will start a GoFundMe to buy out Philip Quinton's contract right now.
And even if you can't do anything as far as player acquisition goes, right? If it's too late in the window and you can't really go out and bring anybody in, trade anybody out, then it's down to, again, Pablo Mastroeni to find answers. It's down to the players to find the answers. It's down to right now the 3 center backs isn't working. There was no shame in going back to the good old 4-2-3-1.
Well, you're not admitting that it failed. You're admitting that you're injured.
Right. You're admitting that, and teams do it all the time. I don't understand the constant need. I don't understand the constant, because this isn't the first and only time that this has happened.
No, it's happened every season.
Under Pablo Mastroeni, right? Maybe not under Pablo Mastroeni, but I mean just Real Salt Lake as a whole. Once they pick a formation, they're just stuck to that formation for some reason, which is insane to me.
These are professional soccer players. You can change a formation. If it's not working, it's not working.
It is so insane to me. What happened back in whatever season Brooks Lennon decided to start playing right wing or right back?
Oh, we were getting slaughtered.
And whatever year that was, season that was, Freddie, was it Petke or was it Juarez? Whoever it was, just had the stubbornness to stick with the 4-3-3 when it clearly wasn't working.
It had to have been Petke because that's when he was making Pablo Ruiz play left wing back as well.
You know what? You're probably right.
Which also just That did not work.
Again, like the stubbornness to stick with the 4-3-3. There was times when the good old 4-2-3-1 wasn't working out for wrestling, and yet they still stuck with it. They refused to change anything. They refused to be flexible.
How many seasons did we see Chris Wingert lobbing in crosses from the left side to nobody? Because that's the only thing we knew how to play.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense, man. Change it up.
And even in the late Diamond era, even in the the what was it, year 2 of Jeff Cassar,
Mm-hmm. It stopped working.
You clearly didn't have players that worked in the Diamond anymore, but yet they still stuck with the Diamond. Mm-hmm. And that second year on Cassar was horrible. Third year he ended up getting fired.
It's weird. It's like a pattern. It's like a weird pattern.
I just don't get it. I don't understand the stubbornness. I don't understand the need to consistently stick to just one formation, just one system. Learn how to be flexible. Learn how to adapt. Learn how to change it up. I can tell you how many times has Pep Guardiola moved on from the 4-2-3-1 when his players were injured, or the 4-2-3 when his players were injured.
That's what made Man City great.
And he had to adjust. Exactly.
You adapt to what you have.
So that's where I'm at with the Pablo conversation.
Right. No, that's kind of my point too. If we continue to see the same formation and the same results, then I'm going to be right back on that train. Not currently, because I do understand that we're injured. I do understand that the front office didn't replace or fill needs in a timely manner. Who knows if they actually will, right? So like, he's going to get some grace because I know he's frustrated too. But at the same time, unless the front office is telling Pablo, no, you need to play this formation, switch it up.
Yeah. 100%.
And
all right, Josh.
If the front office is demanding formations from a coach, I don't know that I want to play for them or coach for them.
It's happened in the past.
I know it's happened in the past, but like you're tying the coach's hands at that point. And then the coach is going to get the blame, right? So I don't know what situation Pablo's in. That could be it. But all I know is I'm tired, Grandpa. And I'm not having fun. And I feel like I haven't had fun since 2013, right? Like, do we want to be a serious club or not? They say they do every year.
Every year it's the same story. You want to compete for trophies.
Of course you want to compete for trophies. Back it up now.
Yep.
Miller, go spend a little bit of money. I know you spent some. Before. Spend a little more. Your MLB team, you're going to be spending a load of money. I know you can do it. You don't have to spend that much to make Real Salt Lake a really good team and to win some trophies. You just made $15 million on Gozo and we're signing a 35-year-old free agent. Are you the Miller family or are you DeWay Hansen? Genuinely.
I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, but I don't know if we get a concrete answer on that for at least the end of this window. I just think it's too late for anything.
Right, but that's again a failure on the front office.
Yeah.
They should be consistently looking at the situation of the team, going, it was very clear early on when our EPO went down and Olatunji was injured and then not informed that, hey, that might be a spot we need to fill. It was very apparent that Gozo was going to be gone very early in the season. Maybe that's a spot we need to look at to backfill, right? And Dominic Marchuk isn't going to do it, right? Am I crazy to think that, forecasting isn't something they're doing? It's got to be, right?
It has to be, and it should be. And if not, then, again, you added that to a failure on the front office part.
But like, how is that something we're not doing? I genuinely don't understand. Every year we lose our best player to something, either they decide to be gross or they get sold or whatever, and we don't get a replacement for 2 windows. And we wonder why we can't be consistently good. Because it's the same pattern of being unprepared and not willing to replace a good player with a good player.
And I think this goes back even to not just to the front office now and the structure that is now under Kurt Schmidt, but I think this also goes back to Elliot Fall and when he was in charge,
Right.
when he was the general manager, of being way too reactionary instead of
proactive. We need to be proactive.
Instead of proactive. Yeah.
You need to have, we should have had the next Gozo here before Gozo left.
Right.
Right. Imagine what we would look like right now if Sergei Solans hadn't come out of nowhere.
Oh.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. We'll see, man. Transfer window closes on September 2nd.
Yeah. Well, less than a week.
Less than a week.
Yeah.
Reminder, though, if a player is a free agent, if a player is currently out of contract, then there is more time to sign said player.
Sure.
So even if nothing for Wijnaldum happens by September 2nd, I probably wouldn't call it done.
No, same. But again, going back to the Deloy era, do we really want to rely on free agents?
Right.
There's a lot of free agents out there.
And that might be the Band-Aid now until the winter.
Right. But like, let's get
that might be
3 or 4 free agent Band-Aids in.
Yeah.
There's free agents out there that are good players, right? I'm not knocking the free agent pathway.
But more of them become Bobby Woods than...
Right.
I can't even think of a good free agent.
Yeah. Especially ones that, I hate to say it, are willing to come to Utah.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, Josh. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to throw out there before we wrap this up?
I'm done. Rant over. Can't wait to see Colorado get advantage in the Rocky Mountain Cup this weekend.
I think that's it, right? If they win this weekend, it's over?
Probably.
I think so.
Have we already played them?
Oh, wait, no. Rouse Lake beat Colorado.
Did we beat them? Okay.
Yeah, Rouse Lake 1-2-1 at America First Field.
That feels like a season ago.
I know. It's a freaking World Cup break. All right, that's going to do it for us here on the RSL Show. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to go subscribe. Don't forget to go follow. Don't forget to go do what you have to do to follow the RSL Show for the best RSL content. Thanks for sticking with us for our 40 or so minute rant session on Real Salt Lake. We'll see you guys, and we'll talk to you guys after this Colorado game.